What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the one, the only, the WyOriginal Podcast.
The voice for the state.
Brought to you by your host, Jared Burton.
Angel Maldonado.
Dominic Syracuse.
We are back. It is 2024. And we just started this podcast last year, and we're already talking about we want to make it better. We want to be more consistent. We want to come talk to you guys and be in front of you a lot more. So we're hoping.
Big facts.
We're not gonna make no promises, but
Yeah,
I think we can. We did how many? We said we did 14.
we
So
did. Yeah, we did.
a total of, it was a total of 12 shows.
Yep.
And 2 live streams. So
Right.
for 14, and we started last March. I mean,
Let's double it. Let's do 28 at
Let's
least.
do it.
I
So
feel
that
like
was we did an average of once a month.
Right.
Last year, we averaged once a month.
Let's
and,
double it.
and coming out of the gate, volunteering our time for our
Yeah.
community, showing that things can get done.
Yes.
A lot of remarkable
Yes.
things last year. A lot of people got to be a little more mentioned for what they were doing.
Absolutely.
And then talking about our set, look how good we.
Yo,
we doing better. We're trying.
Where's the chords
where's the chords?
Where's the
We clean the
chords?
table. Look at this.
We're doing all right.
Look at this. See,
Look, man, let's not
step
brag.
1. That's proof.
Boom.
Yeah,
We cleaned that
I'm
room.
not trying to brag,
The frame is different.
but our table is clear.
We cleaned that room, Mom.
No, check it out. This is what we're gonna do on this show.
What's up?
Today, we are going to recap some things that happened last year, towards the end of last year, that were very, very exciting. We have huge announcements. And I know we're always like that. We're like, we have huge announcements.
We do a
There's discounts at the Shake Shop. No,
nice.
this time we have some gigantic announcements for each of us. I think each of us has some really exciting things to
Yeah,
share. So let's recap what we haven't been able to cover towards the end of last year, the big things that happened.
Yeah.
Let's move forward into what's happening now. And then let's talk about the really big announcement of what is happening in 2024. Does that sound good?
Yeah,
Does that sound like a plan?
absolutely.
I'm excited. First of all, I came in, I said that I came dressed like a karate mechanic, like someone who will fix your car and F up your face. And I did that. I took it off, and right away, Jared was just like, I thought you were going bowling.
Oh, the bowling team shirt. Like on the back, it'll be like the flaming 12s or whatever it is.
Okay, the Flamin' 12s sounds a lot like what people called me in middle school.
Yikes.
Anyway, I don't. Where are we going with this? Oh yeah,
Nah, we're fine.
That's
Look, his
let's-
shirt is rather nice.
it's a dope shirt though.
Hey,
Shout
I
out
like
to
the color.
Cherie. Shout out to
This is,
Cherie.
Shri.
You let us
She's-
know what
yep.
happened.
She
And,
got this is like my new thing is the rose. Now
Yeah.
here's the thing: is that actually in Italian? Interestingly enough, if an Italian gives you a black rose, that's considered the kiss of death.
Right.
That
right.
means you gotta like be careful. Now the fact that my wife gave me this, I don't know what that means.
And it's a white rose.
It's
Maybe
scary.
It's white.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right? It's
I don't
white.
know. Here's the thing: every
So-
time I ask my wife, we saw that movie. You remember House of Gucci?
Yeah.
Remember that movie came
Yeah,
out a couple
yeah,
years ago?
Yeah.
And it's a true story about like a woman who gets mad and like hires a hitman to kill her husband and all.
Yep.
After we watched that movie, I went out in my car with my wife and I was like, baby, you never do that to me, right? And all she did was laugh
Yep.
and then drive home. And every time I bring it up, I'm like, hey, remember when I asked that question and you didn't answer
You
yes
didn't
or no?
answer,
And then
so-
she laughs and then just goes about it. I'm like, so remember when I asked that? And she was like, are you hungry for dinner? And then she leaves. So I don't know what to make of this.
Today is February 4th. If something should happen to Dom,
No.
just know.
You know what
It
that
was
is?
Cherie.
I'm gonna tell you what that is. It's
It
like
was
you
Cherie.
know, at the end of a show when it says "to be continued."
Yes,
You just-
exactly,
when that-
exactly,
when that time
exactly.
comes, when that time
Exactly,
comes.
dude. I say this all the time. Like, I don't know. Do your wives are they crazy about true crime podcasts?
Not true
Oh,
crime. Not true
snapped.
crime. No.
Snaps.
Yeah. That,
Snaps.
yeah. No,
Yes.
yeah.
So my sisters.
That was at a time and period, but
Yes,
like,
yes.
we've gotten through
But
that.
no, like my sisters,
We got
my
through.
wife, my every woman I know, and my mother, everyone I know, they watch murder docuseries.
Yep,
They just
yep.
watch
No, that's some real
stuff
stuff.
on women getting murdered. And I used to think that it was like them being like, oh no, I hope I never get murdered. You know, like
No.
I gotta be prepared. Now I realize it's research,
I have to be
gentlemen.
prepared to get away
Like,
with murder.
listen, that's it. Like if we ever mess up,
Oh yeah.
they're never gonna find us,
Never.
boys.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
And we live in Wyoming. There's so much wide open spaces.
I swear to God, I took Street of Los Angeles. We're driving. We drove under the 5 bridge, and there's this really grassy area above the bridge. And I was like, "Isn't that cool how they did that?" And the first thing out of my wife's mouth is, "Oh man, you'd never find a body if you buried it up there."
Yeah. So
And I was
today's
like-
February 4th. If something happens to Dom, it was Cherie. Just so we're all clear.
Oh
This
man,
is not a snitching broadcast. It's just an awareness.
I just want to be very clear for the record. I love my wife, and she's wonderful.
There
And
you
she's
go.
Fact. And the
beautiful,
shirt is nice.
It's a
she-
really nice
and it's a
shirt.
Shirt is
wonderful
really nice.
shirt. And
And
I
I'm
love
sure
you.
that white
and,
rose isn't ominous at all.
and please don't be mad at me for starting a show like this. All right, let's talk about 2023. Let's
Yes.
recap.
Let's talk the big news.
There was a lot of. What do you think? What do you think? I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot going on.
Mhm.
Let's start with the fact that in our midst, at the far end of this table, sits Cheyenne's Person of the Year,
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Angel Maldonado.
But I thought you were gonna do the like how they do in boxing in this corner.
And in this corner,
No, that was I mean, it's still humbling. Like I'm taking it like day to day because I feel like it still hasn't even really settled in. to,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess we accept roles of just doing things and the constant volunteering we do,
Yeah.
right?
community, showing love. So when it happened, it was honestly, I will say it was a little surprising because I didn't even know they were giving out awards for stuff like this.
Right.
So, you know, when I'm figuring out what's going on, I'm like, wow, like this is pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
So, and then the lineup that it finaled down to from 250, I guess, candidates.
Yes.
KGAB was talking about. Shout out to KGAB and
Yeah.
Times Square Media for putting this together, which now I know. And what a great effort you guys are taking to highlight people who are doing great things in the
Right.
community.
Right.
So, and then we fall down to a sense of like, wow, now I can get recognized for
Yeah.
something. You know what I mean?
Right,
But
right,
all
right.
in all, like I feel like people need to take the responsibility to now, if you do know this is an opportunity, don't make it an effort to want to do something now.
Yeah.
Keep,
Yeah.
keep doing the things.
And
you do.
I wanted to say that because you see and hear stuff like you did everything that you did, but you didn't even know this was a thing.
I
Right.
promise.
Right.
Like I'm promised. Like
This was an
Exactly.
afterthought.
it actually, that's why I said it is surprising,
Yeah.
and it's taking a little bit to like sink in because I feel like if I was doing something for any kind of recognitions, then I would have lost.
Yeah.
So what do you get like free car washes? I think people want to know. They're like, he did it for the car washes. He gets free wiper
No,
blades.
I promise. So
He did. Well,
let's recap a little.
yeah. Let's
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about what
let's go.
happened.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that I have to say is that you bring up an amazing point. So for those of you that don't know, KGAB, the radio station, Town Square Media, they put out a survey for Cheyenne voting on who they feel the Citizen of the Year was, thanks to their help in the community. And first of all, the company you were in was amazing. It was like
100%.
Richard Johnson.
That's right.
It was right. It was Candy who runs.
Gonzalez.
Yeah, Candy Gonzalez who does the Angels
Family
Helping
assistance.
Angels, all the assistants for the people in foster care.
Yep.
I mean, amazing. And then Landon Medina, who runs Connections, is
Seriously.
always doing great stuff. And the thing is, though, you make a great point, and I think this is the most important thing that people need to understand. All those people I just mentioned
Facts.
did not know that this Person of the Year
Right.
thing was even an option.
Big facts.
And so there was no one doing it because they're like, oh, maybe if I do this, I get person. Every single person that did this, I know personally, and especially Angel, their mindset is, hey, there's stuff that needs to happen in the community and we can help. So I'm just going to help. And for the most part, Angel normally wants zero recognition
Zero.
about it. He's
I mean,
normally
honestly, I
like,
do,
yo,
man. I'm not concerned with all the recognition. Like it's cool. Like this is what I said. I even in an interview, like I'm on the other side of the leadership that I was also provided by.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I grew up in a family where my mom was taking care of us. My father wasn't there. So we was a little broken in that category, but whatever my mom had to do. So I'm pulling up getting Christmas gifts and parties, or if we do have an opportunity to get a free cut, and this is no shout out in the negative to my mom.
Yeah,
Shout out to my mother, but whatever she could do to help for
She
us
did.
to have
Yes,
the best experiences. And then I learned through the leadership inside of a community, which were barbershops.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
just people in the community that wanted to help. So now I'm seeing this, and now I'm on the other side of this leadership.
Yes.
And now you're the leader.
I can provide the same leadership back.
There you go.
And it's not just for needy or whoever, to your community.
So let me recap the story from my perspective, and then you can fill in the gaps. Because here's, for those of you who followed this craziness online towards Christmas time.
Right.
Oh wow, yeah.
Let me give you a little bit of the insider scoop on like what was going on. So Angel, as y'all know, Angel runs We Got Your Back. It's been Angel's baby for the longest time. He's been able to get the community together every year before school starts. He makes sure that there's no kid left without haircuts, no kids left without backpacks, school supplies. They're giving away bikes. They're giving away all sorts of stuff. He's been building that, and thus you've had a lot of you've been able to get a lot of connections in town, a lot of sponsorships, this kind of thing.
Facts. I mean, you got to shout out to everybody who's a part of that. Like, I think with great leadership, you find the best capable leaders that want to lead with you.
Yep. Exactly. And that's the big thing I found out with this whole process, which we'll get to in a sec, is about how willing the community was to help, which is just amazing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and this was so funny. So Angel gets on the board of Chispa, right? And Chispa is doing this wonderful Christmas party on behalf of Jessica, right?
Jessica is the president of Chispa.
Her grandchild unfortunately left this earth a little too soon,
and Christmas was a holiday.
And Christmas was the one holiday that the child got to live through. So the whole thing was a celebration, in memory of the child. And they did it up. I mean, they had Santa Claus and the Grinch, and they had games and all this stuff. Right now, here was the thing: they were hoping, like, if the best case scenario happened, there would be about 250 people who showed up. And as we know, doing events in town, here's the hard part about doing events in town, is it's either a crazy smash where like 1,000 people show up, or everybody hears about it after the fact and goes, "Oh, I didn't know about that.
I wish I would have known.
I wish I would have known," right? So Angel gets on the board, and just to join the community, right? Like, it was just an easy thing. You hear about this Christmas thing, and then you go, "Oh, you're doing a party. I can help out." And because of Angel's connections from We Got Your Back, he hits up Walmart just saying, "Hey, we're doing this thing." Right. Walmart goes, "Oh, we can give you a sponsorship." Angel's expecting maybe a check or something small, right? Angel gives me a call. Now, this is 2 days before the event. This event's on a Saturday.
Facts.
This is a Thursday night. Angel gives me a call, and he goes, "Dom, Walmart just showed up with 2 truck beds full of toys
with all Santa Claus's elves."
So
I'm like, what?
He's like, Dom, like, Jesus Christ, Santa and Walmart just showed up at my back door together, and they're like, he's like, we got like what ended up being about $9,000 worth of merchandise.
Man, it was amazing,
right?
And like, I was so blown away because it's one thing is it's always hard to satisfy everybody.
Right.
But the fact that we had a chance,
yes,
to help as many as we could this time was so valuable.
But this back room was filled,
filled
from bottom to top with just toys, right?
It was a wrap.
So Angel's sitting there going, all right. Here's my thing.
Stressed.
We're expecting 200 people to come to this event. We got all these toys. How are we going to get rid of them? That was the thing, is how are we going to get rid of them?
Right.
So then he's like, "Dom, you got a big mouth."
Is that literally what he said?
You have a big mouth.
He goes, "Dom, you got a small body, but a big mouth."
Pause.
All right. I just mean, okay, hold on. That's not what I meant.
Whoa.
People can take that the wrong way.
No, you can't. Dom, you have a clever way of being so exceptional with a microphone to get the word out. Also through social media.
That was a little better.
That's
I mean, even
better way to put it.
Anyway, the point is, he's like, "Dom, do what that mouth do." Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Anyway, he understands that he had a very important, responsible job after I called him.
So here's what he does. God dang. So what's this episode about today? Something about mouths and jobs. Anyway, no, okay. All right. That's the last one. I sense I've gone too far. All right.
It's okay.
Now here's the point. So Dom, he goes, I said, all right. So I just grabbed my phone and I go, "Hey, community, we got $7,000, $9,000 worth of toys. Come get them." You know,
Also,
like that.
with Landon Medina,
With
because
Landon, yeah. I gave
announcement
a
too.
call to Landon with connections. I was like, we got to get this word out and everything. Now, here was the thing, though, is that I have a tendency to get a little overexcited about
big
stuff.
facts.
You know,
as we should.
No, not Dom.
Big facts.
No.
I have a tendency to get a little excited. So I'm like, come on. And then respectfully with Cheese Pod, they were like, here's the thing. They were like, I know you just got on social media and told the whole town to come, which is great. However, the room only holds 250
Big
people at a
facts.
time.
No doubt.
Number two, they were like, well, we don't know how we're going to, like, we don't want a bunch of people to be waiting in line. And this
Right.
is a great point,
No
is
facts.
we don't want a bunch of people to wait in line and then all these people come in to get toys. And then the people who've been waiting the longest are the ones who get left out because they didn't do it.
Right.
So they were like, well, let's do it as an auction. You know, we'll auction the toys. Plus, there's still candy and there's still hot chocolate and there's still events and there's still
Haircuts,
Santa Claus and there's still
braids.
haircuts. So we'll do that. And the thing is it went there and it was the thing was it was an amazing gift that none of us were expecting.
Big facts.
And so, you know, we did it. Now, here's the thing, is that some people were very, very happy. They left like, oh my gosh, this was great. You guys did such a good job. You worked so hard. Other people were like, well, because the auction, like I came with my family and like one of my kids got toys and the other didn't.
Right.
And we totally understood that. We were like, man, that does suck.
So what did you do?
So here's the thing. So then Angel being Angel goes, man, I can't live with this. He's like, I can't live with the fact that people came to this. Some people got toys, other people didn't. You know, he's like, so this is the thing. He's like, I'm giving you the presidential credit card. He's like, go on a shopping spree and get toys and tell them, and we'll let people know if you left empty-handed, you come back, you get this. And then Cheese Spot heard and they were like, you know what? You're right. We're going to put in extra money.
Facts.
So then Cheese Spot was like, we're putting in extra money. And then like we had other sponsorships come through, hear about it. My dad of all people
man.
was like, you know what?
Big facts.
My dad's like, I don't like helping people because damn, no, I'm just kidding.
No,
That's not my dad.
If you ever met Dom's dad, that might actually come
You
out.
might believe it. I mean,
That
honestly, you
no.
might believe it.
My dad's philosophy is my dad's like, you know what? He's like, I'm in a
Good
position
guy.
where I'm going to
Great
give,
guy.
but he's like, I want to make sure whoever I give to, it goes directly to the
Yep.
source and it's not whatever.
Man.
So he heard about this and he's like, you know what? This is what I want to give to. So my dad throws in some money. So now we're able to go on a shopping spree. I take my kids and their friends and I say, hey, listen, we're going on a Christmas shopping spree for
Facts.
other people. And I've wanted to do that for a long time
Yeah.
too,
Which was cool.
because like, I feel like, you know, my kids, I mean, me and my wife work hard. My kids don't really know what it is to go without, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And like, you can
That's a
tell,
blessing.
you know, and
That is a
but the thing is that like, I really I want them to understand, you know what I'm saying? So it was really great to have this opportunity where it's like, we're going on a shopping spree and it's all to give it all away.
Yeah,
Like
facts.
100%. So we go to Walmart and we go down the clearance aisle. And again, Walmart, Jesus Christ, and Santa Claus came through twice because they were like, listen, here's all the stuff we can't get rid of. Here's this, here's this. They had to close down 2 registers.
I love it. I love it.
Right?
let's
Like
go.
they have, and you
Let's
know what?
go, baby.
I have footage of all this. I'll put some of
Yeah,
the
we gotta
footage
add
of
that.
us
Yeah, we gotta add
like
that.
doing the shopping spree at the end of this so you can see. And we, you know, the lanes were closed. It was crazy. It was
Let's go.
bananas. We came here and then we filled the barbershop with all new stuff. And then on top of that, we're like, all right, coming back again.
We
You
back.
know,
But
come
hold
do
on,
this.
Hold on a second though. Like we kind of went a little fast. Like we forgot a main reason why this even started. So I get a call on Sunday
Mhm. This is
from
after
this guy,
Yeah.
Dom.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This is how it all started. Because you know, with the event, you know, like I said, you can't satisfy everybody, but the attempt and the willing to want to is
Right.
amazing. So I get a phone call. Listen, man, you know, there's some people that said this and that. I understand, but there are some people that still need. So I'm like, bro, like, what are we gonna do now?
right.
Like,
Yeah.
literally, like I feel like I'm tapped out.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yeah.
And this is how this part of it started. This
Yes,
is the
yes.
continuation of going greater.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I'm like, all right, man, let me see what I could do.
Yeah.
Right.
And then this is how the Most High, all praise to the Most High. Thank God for the opportunity, because my wife is in the basement, and as I get to the door looking down, I'm like, what the hell are all of those bags doing there? Like, what the? So I'm like, where's all that going?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm donating this. What? But I'm the service. There were like 6 to 7 bags.
Right,
full
Right.
to the top, Nerf guns,
Yes.
teddy bears, G.I. Joes, Marvel, like all the Hot Wheels from probably before I was born. That's what it felt like anyway. It was just so much stuff. And I'm like, bing. I just got off the phone with Dom.
Yeah.
A couple hours later, I'm seeing this, and I'm like, babe, we're not donating that, but we are.
Yeah.
We're gonna set tables up in the shop, and we're gonna give all this back.
Yeah.
To our community.
Yes.
We're gonna do it.
Yes.
And then I hit Dom, and then that's how the shopping spree goes.
Yeah,
And
so-
now we're
so-
reaching out, and this is literally within
All organic too. I love it.
hours to
Yeah.
a day
To a
to a
day.
day and a half
Well,
before Tuesday.
And then this was the thing. So now here we are. It's now like the Monday after the week leading up to Christmas. We've got a whole bunch of donations up front. And then we got all this brand new stuff in the back. And we say, hey, if you left empty handed, come get it. Right. And then
Facts.
within not even a couple hours, everything's straight gone. It's just gone. And we're like, all right, we did it. But then,
But wait,
but
there's
wait,
more.
there's more. Then this was the amazing thing about the community. This was like the most real life thing of the Christmas spirit I've ever seen in my life.
Facts.
Is that then people showed up and it wasn't just the people who were like, yeah, Christmas is hard. Thank you guys.
Thanks, man.
And they were wonderful. We were happy to help. But what was even more amazing were all the people who were like, you know what? We saw what you guys were doing. We'd like to donate this. We'd like to donate that. We'd like to donate this. So then all of a sudden, now there's even more stuff. It's like, and then we're going, oh my gosh. It's like, I felt so bad for Angel because the roller coaster ride, he's sitting there going like, all right, we got all this stuff. How are we going to get rid of it? And then 4 hours later, dog, it's all gone.
He's
It's
like,
all
"Ooh,
gone.
Good.
Get online, get on social media and tell people not to come. It's over. So we're like, hey guys, it's all gone. Thank you. And then all these people come back,
Then
and
it's
then there's
like-
more, and he's
shit.
like,
Get them back.
yeah, get it back. Get on social media. Tell them to come back.
Dom's dad says, you know what? We're going into our storage
Crazy.
Okay.
with all
Now,
this
now listen,
stuff.
listen. I'll be honest. You were talking praise to the Most High.
No, so
right?
now
Now
you
listen.
have to give
You
it
got
all
to.
to
Well,
the
this
Most High.
is if you believe in serendipity, if you believe in interconnectivity, if you believe everything happens for a reason. There's this parable in the Bible that I read. It was Jesus's first miracle.
Mhm.
And not his first, one of his miracles, but the point is, it's the miracle that all the Gospels talk about. And what it is like 4,000 people come, right?
Facts.
And you know, and they're like, we don't have food for anybody. Like, there's not enough food for all these people. And Jesus just goes up to a little kid who's got like a couple pieces of fish, a couple loaves of bread.
Yeah.
Facts.
And they're like, that's never going to feed this many people. And he goes, it's enough. And the miracle is he goes around and he just keeps reaching into the bag and just pulling out more stuff,
More and more and
stuff, more, and to where, and it's to the point where not only does everybody leave fed, everybody leaves with their hands overflowing with food,
Yep.
right?
That's exactly what we're
And the
saying.
thing was, it's like, I always thought, oh, that's a cool story until this week happened. And that's exactly what it was like, because what happened was
You saw it.
I
we
promise.
went and people were like, hey, we didn't get enough. And not in a selfish way, just like some people got some people
Right.
didn't, that kind of thing.
Facts.
So we said, all right, let's help. We reached into a bag, pulled out what we could,
Right.
tried to get everybody leaving empty, or not leaving empty-handed.
Facts.
Then people were like, oh, hey, we've got this, we've got that. I mean, it got to a point where like some families were like, hey, we have like this never before open giant doll dream house that
It's
we don't
yours.
know what to do with.
Take it.
Here's yours. And then, so we're able to keep people up. Now, here's the thing. About 10 years ago, my mother started this like clothing business of like brand new clothes for all this stuff. She was selling all the stuff online. And it just like, that was right when the recession happened and all of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So she wasn't able to do it. So now she's got literally like this huge warehouse full of never before worn
No
children's clothes. I mean,
No
brand
lie.
new shoes, clothes, jackets, whatever. And it's just been sitting there, and she's been wondering like what she's going to do with it. Is she going to do back? Is she going to whatever? Well, this all started happening, and my mom and my dad heard about it, and they went, you
Yeah.
know what? They went, I think this is why the stuff with the business never worked out. This is
Yeah.
it all happens for a reason. They're like, we'd like to bring it in. So then cut to me calling Angel going, yo, man, I think we got another donation. And Angel, at this point, not only, you understand, not only has he been giving away stuff from the shop and taking in stuff and helping people get stuff and blah, blah, blah,
He's
blah.
still cutting hair.
He's still cutting the hair as it's happening.
hair.
So
Yeah.
he's like double multitasking. He's cutting people's hair like, yeah, bring that over there. Yeah, go over here. No, guys, good. No, I'm happy you're here. Yeah,
That's a fact, man. It really is.
And so we call him. I'm like, Angel, what time's the shop close? He's like, I'll keep it open. And then we show up with like 5 cars full of children's clothes.
Man, bro.
And like pile it up. Angel goes like this. He just walks in and his eyes say I'm happy and his body says I'm gonna jump off a bridge. Like he was so physically exhausted and he was just like, thank you guys.
It was wild, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I walked back here and I was like, wow.
It's just
He's
like, that's something.
Bro, because bro, it was like shoes. I'm talking about everything has tags.
yeah.
And I'm like, I guess we are gonna go to Saturday.
Yeah, right.
I guess we can do the whole week. Like,
I get
at this point now, the beauty of the whole thing for me was that the community came together.
exactly.
It's like
Exactly.
we put the word out.
Right.
We couldn't be satisfied with
Right.
no one not having nothing, and the attempt to do the effort to get people to have something
Yes.
was now even more
Yes.
possible. Even being man, when finally Saturday evening came, man, I was so exhausted, but I had so much joy in my heart. 'Cause I'm like, man, I met so many people in this community that I never knew before
Yep.
that said, hey, please keep doing this every year. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Bringing food, anything they had. Hey, I got all the stuff in my garage. I've been waiting to help someone out. Like, hey,
Yes.
bring it. And it's like,
Yes.
so now I'm like, you see, God, it really does work.
Yes.
It really does work. Like,
Well-
I guess I am gonna continue to walk this path, and I'm gonna keep being this light in this
And
vessel.
yes, and the things, and there was so many. First of all, going back to the person of the year talk,
Facts.
like everybody helped out with it. Like
Seriously, man.
Angel was running everything out of the shop. On top of that, Landon was the one doing so much of the social
He
media
really was.
promotion.
Shout out to
I
Landon.
mean, he did like he'd come in and make these posts like, "Hey guys, this is what's happening. Let's do this." You know, I know a lot of people have been talking about how this year is going to be a hard year financially for Christmas. This is what we've been asking for. And then Candy Gonzalez comes in and she's like, "Listen, I run this stuff for foster care. Whatever y'all don't get rid of, I'll take for you and I'll make sure it gets a home
Facts.
so that nothing goes to waste."
Big
I
facts.
mean, it was just everyone working together. And then you got to tell the story, because here was the craziest part. We said we'd go till Saturday, which was like the day before Christmas, right? We said we'd go to that time, and it was such an up and down. It was like, we get all these donations, they're all gone. We get more donations, they're all gone. We get more. And then finally, it was like last day, Angel looks like he's been running an ultra marathon. I mean, he's just like,
It was
all right,
real.
man, we made it, dude.
We did it.
Like, he's tired.
I was tired. I ain't gonna lie.
But
I
then,
really
but
was.
then you got to tell the story about the amazing thing that happened.
So in this whole thing, when to get the call from Dom on that Sunday,
Yeah.
after the Christmas party, and to get another effort going, it's like, okay, cool. The goal in my mind now, I was like, well, cool. Christmas is on Monday.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, the shop's open till Saturday, so let's do a full week. Let's run the whole week. Let's absorb all of it.
Yeah.
Get
Yes.
it going crazy for
Yes.
the whole week. Like, let's see if that's possible.
yes,
And then, when we didn't think, and then they came, like, then this, and then, no, you ain't gonna stop. Here's more, and here's more.
yes,
So finally, Friday night, like, we'll wrap up. We hit Candy, like, yo, we're gonna bring you the rest of what we have.
right,
And I still had a table on. There was like a few little things left.
Yeah.
So some people came in that day, and I'm like, man, we finally gone. Everything's gone.
yeah, we did it.
But I said we were going till Saturday.
Yep.
And what was so amazing was I get a call, and this lady's like, hey, I was working all week, and it's hard, but I have time today. Can I come by and get some stuff? And I'm like, man, we had just ran out of everything.
Literally, we're out.
And this is why I feel like the Most High, give all praise to the Most High. And this was one of the special moments where let me connect even more. After that phone call, like literally seconds later, I get another phone call. And this guy's like, hey, you guys still accepting donations? So I was like, you know what? Actually, I just got off the phone like seconds before you called, and this lady actually needs some stuff.
Yeah.
So he said, why don't you call her back and find out everything she needs and text me?
Yes.
So I was like, sure. Call this lady back. I said, look, here goes a big blessing for you. Send me everything you need in the text.
Yeah.
Yep.
This gentleman had just called after you, and he wants to help you out.
Yeah.
Yes.
And boy, I promise, man, I met somebody else. I'd never met this guy before, his wife.
Love it.
Amazing.
And he literally pulls in with all, like, I think it had to be like 9 bags.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Toys, clothes, everything she asked for. Because I kind of looked in the bags like, wow, this guy like came
Yeah.
through. And then I called this woman like, hey, he showed up.
Come
Like,
get- come
yeah,
get it.
this woman calls and goes like, hey, you know, I got a family and we were thinking we had to maybe postpone Christmas until February.
Yeah.
Things have been hard, you know, that kind of thing. And then Angel's like, yeah, just show up. I mean, we got a little bit left, but maybe if they just like a couple Matchbox cars,
Right,
and
right, right.
something small, you know, maybe a stuffed animal. She shows up, this dude shows up and then just blesses her with 9 bags
I love it.
full of stuff that he's trying to do. And this is my point. This is what makes a community come together.
Yeah,
It's
big
not about,
facts.
because I know some people are like, oh, you know, people need to be more grateful and it's not just about material things. You're right. You're right. You're right. But here's the thing. There are people who have been blessed and their cup overfloweth.
Right.
Right. There are other people who are in hard times and they have an empty cup. So very simply, when the community comes together and all those overflowing cups are held over the empty cups, and then everybody's cup gets filled,
Let's even it out,
that's-
baby.
like we have the capability to do it. And this Christmas showed me
It was huge.
that we could, and we did.
Yep.
And that was the coolest part.
Really,
So
man.
then
Seriously.
for them, for all of a sudden, for after all that's done, Angel and all, by the way, all Angel asked for Christmas was cranberries.
I'm not
That
gonna
was
lie.
it. He was going after all this, everybody's done. All these people left, you know, everybody's happy. There were so many tears, there was so much joy, so much giving. It was so beautiful. And then Angel comes up to me and goes, Dom, I haven't had a chance to go to the grocery store. You know where I can find any cranberries?
No, and the reason why I say this is because, you know, my wife makes this amazing homemade cranberries, and she was just a little frustrated, like no one has them.
Yeah.
I'm waking up 5:30 in the morning, pulling out the grocery store.
I need some
6.
cranberries.
You guys have them today? No. So I'm like, okay, I'm running out of options. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, all I need is literally like 2 to 3, maybe 4 bags of cranberries.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just some cranberries. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Did you get blessed with cranberries?
And honestly, I'm cutting my guy CJ. He's a big wig up there at the ribbon shop.
Yeah.
And as I'm cutting him, he's like, "You ain't go to Joe Ed's? You got the card right there." I'm like,
Blessed.
I forgot about that.
Blessed.
He's like, "Man, let me call up there and see if they got some cranberries."
Love it. Look at that.
Agent, they got cranberries. And he was so nice. He came back with him. I was like, "How much I owe you?" He's like, "Those are in the house."
I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love it.
yeah.
Merry Christmas. And I was just like, "Babe,
Yeah.
I got cranberries." I got
And that was
cranberries.
it. And that was a big thing.
Christmas miracle.
It was amazing, you know. And then after all that, you know, a couple days later to be able to hear, you know, hey, KGAD came out, you know, they're doing a vote for person of the year. Here we go, you know, put it out there. And then all of a sudden,
And-
Mr. Angel
And what's
Maldonado.
funny to show you how community work, one of the people that was nominated is the one that nominated Angel.
Facts.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah.
Richard Johnson
Yes.
is
yeah.
Shout
the
out to
one,
Richard Johnson.
is
my
the
brother.
one that ended up
Yeah.
like the original nomination, get him on there.
Yeah, to get to nominate, and this is the thing. Like, it was so cool. It was just a wonderful experience. Now, during that whole story,
Yeah.
you might have been asking yourself, well, what about Mr. Jared Burton? Where was Mr. Jared Burton? Now, before Jared says anything, I'm gonna put him on the spot right now. Mr. Jared Burton, as of what? Not even like a week ago, a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
has just become a brand new father.
Not brand new.
Well, I mean, you've
What an
welcomed.
amazing.
I got
blessing.
another one.
You've
Yeah.
Another
welcomed
one.
another
Another
child.
one.
You've welcomed another beautiful
did,
child
I
into
did.
this world. old. How many weeks ago?
So last Thursday, so January 25th.
January
He was
25th.
born 6/24.
Yes, another boy.
Another boy.
Another
so,
boy.
Hey, all of you teachers,
Yes.
you're gonna get a lot of Burton boys.
That's the Burton boys. Now listen, listen. If I'm not mistaken, like that's all you got, right?
All I got is boys. I got 4 boys.
All you can make is boys at this point.
He got
you
4
got 4 boys.
boys.
I got 3 boys.
I got 4. He got 3.
So between all of us, like we have a pretty handsome like football team on our hands right now.
Who wants it?
Like, yeah, you
dominate.
Like we
The WyOriginal football team.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
We got 11 right here.
We got just all these. That's so exciting, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Shout out to my wife.
Facts.
She did amazing. She played a big part in this, you know. So
yeah, exactly.
Huge.
She did all of it.
She did most of the work.
That's the thing. Like she had to carry it. She had to deliver it. Here we are cheering him on for helping out for 11 seconds.
Groups. 12.
All right. I'm just
12. No, shout out to Jaylene, but she did an amazing job.
Honestly, in dealing with all that, I think he was on vacation at that time too.
So it was Christmas. It was Christmas break. You know, we knew she was gonna pop, so we were out of town at her parents' house, and I'm laying in bed, and I told her. So I saw the first video. I got my hair cut when they dropped off. Walmart dropped off the first, you know, and me and Angel back in. I was like, man, that's a lot. That's a blessing, you know.
Yeah.
And then I saw the video. He showed me the video that you did, and then we left out of town. Like literally, I think maybe a couple hours later.
Facts.
Yeah.
I'm laying in bed and I see another video, and I'm like, Jaylene, I'm like, come look at this. And she's like, oh, that's the same video from Merlin. I was like, I don't think it is.
Yeah, it's not.
I was like, I don't think it is. I'm like, this is really different, you know. Then I wake up the next morning, there's another one. I was like, all right.
What are these guys up to now?
You're like, Jared's going, I'm on paternity leave.
Tried.
I ain't, you know.
Oh my God. No, but you guys did an amazing job. It just highlights your guys' commitment to the community. Angel, everything. And I've been knowing Angel for so long, man. I've been dealing with him for so long, and for you to finally get your recognition, or something, and like, not that it was warranted, not that you had to have it, but sometimes, despite what people say, it just feels good to know that all the good that you're doing, people notice it. That's it.
Yes.
And then that was that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm still processing it. It's still settling in, because now I feel like the biggest reward now is to challenge my community now that you know that something's going on, right? Regardless of the recognition, because honestly, this is what I'm really going to say. I accepted it, but I'm also sharing it with the community because I didn't do it by myself.
Yes.
But the challenge now is, if we know people are doing great things now, because there was a bunch of people, like I said, they said it was like 250 names, got down to 4. And then if you want to highlight one individual to say, hey, look what they're doing, I guess my challenge back to the whole community now is show up. We've said that on every show. Show up, because now the bigger value is the great value, right?
Exactly.
And it takes all of us, as we know. And that's why I'm sharing this back with the community, because I couldn't do it by myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I challenge the whole community to want to keep showing up to this event. If you could donate your money, your time, whatever's more concerning for you or helpful to yourself to give back, pull up, because honestly, I really feel like we got your back and take it to another level. I say national now because I believe that. You know what I mean?
He said, I think we got your back and go to the next level. And he is sitting on so much information that he ain't gonna tell you. It's already at the next level. It's already.
Well, a couple things.
It's humbling, man.
This is what I want to say. Like, a couple things, and these are the coolest things. And part of the reason that I love being a part of WyOriginal, part of the reason that I love both of these gentlemen, is that two things that we always talk about, and you don't really think it, because it's like, here we are on a podcast, talking to the city and all this stuff. But the thing is that and I really mean this. I know this might come off, I don't know, like disingenuous, whatever. But the reason I love being a part of this and what everybody does is that we really take that Santa Claus philosophy of being good for goodness sake seriously. Because listen, we always like it. Don't get me wrong. And I don't want to discourage anybody, but we always like it when someone comes up and it's like, you guys are so great. You guys do such great things for the community. And that means a lot to us. It's like, thank you. But that's not why we're doing it. We're doing it because it needs to be done.
Right.
Like, if Angel and I during that whole week were doing it out of like the joy of the experience, we'd have been done after day one.
I'd have been done after the first gift was given to somebody.
because it was like, don't get me wrong, there was like this warm feeling of like, that makes me so good. And the feeling you get when you see somebody who is in need getting help, and even more the feeling you get when you're able to help, and those people who came in like, hey, we want to help, and then they were. That good feeling was like the fuel getting us through, because we were exhausted, man. And then I went over to bring the rest of the stuff to Candy, and she was exhausted. And then I called Landon to say Merry Christmas, and he was exhausted, you know. And so the point is that I'm just so blessed. And I think the beautiful part about it is that it wasn't about glory. It wasn't about attention. It wasn't about any of that. It was about using our voice to bring the community together and do great things. And all of us were on the phone with each other like, all right, I felt like we were soldiers. Everybody was like, all right, what's the mission today?
What do we got?
What's on the battlefield? Let's do this.
Feel okay today?
Yeah, you feel okay? You sound tired. Let's make it through. We can do this. People need this. And to show that not only is it not about recognition, not only is it not about competition, because even all those people, guess what? And I'm going to announce this now. All the people we just mentioned, Chispa, Candy, who has her own Christmas thing she does every year and couldn't do it this year because of how busy she was. Landon doing the coat drive. Angel with We Got Your Back and everything. Richard Johnson, who's always in any way Richard can help. He's always in.
He's there.
We are next year combining forces, all of us, and we're gonna be doing one huge Christmas party for the community, for everybody. We're all joining forces, right? We're all joining forces so that next year we're able to have it in a place where everybody can come. Nobody leaves empty-handed. Anybody who wants to donate can donate. Anybody who wants to come and get blessed with help can get blessed with help. And we're leveraging the entire community together to bring everyone together. And it all came through this crazy cluster huff of wild Christmas cheer.
Also, thank you to the Cowboy State Daily for
Cowboy State Daily. Thank you very, very much.
Interview because they thought it was great. So thank you for like also helping get the word out. Because I mean, but one thing I also know is it's really all about getting the word out all the time. Because some people don't know. Oh, I didn't even know that was going on.
And
so that's
why did we start this podcast?
Exactly. It's for you.
That voice, was literally the reason we started.
For the state.
That's it. That was really where we started.
The way it breaks down, seriously, is that Angel just offered the place where it could happen. Chispa offered the opening opportunity. Landon and I did what we did and got loud online to let people know about it. But at the end of the day, it was all you. It was all the community. It was all everyone coming together to help out make this possible.
That's why you gotta give yourself a round of applause. You gotta start looking to your left, your right, your neighbors. I'm talking to you guys now. I'm talking to all of y'all. You gotta start looking to your left and right in your community. And say thank you. And start being nicer to each other. Kind. You know, be careful how you use your emotions towards one another.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, there's people out here that really do care. They do want to see things happen.
Before we move off of this, can we get into not negative, but the funny portion of this? Because go ahead. Because I really want to.
I guess my great moment with the Cheyenne of the year, if I had like a little celebration, you know what I mean? I felt like LeBron James.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean? When he was
like, we were doing so good.
This is for you. Like when I won Real Talk, I was like, you know what, Cheyenne, this is for you.
Where is it?
This is for you, Cheyenne.
No, wait.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there we go.
I mean, it's cool. That's how I really felt like. I felt like we did it. Like we did this. You know what I mean? It couldn't be done without you. So what I encourage is, if you still out there, any individuals, people gathering, people helping, and continue to keep doing the effort effortlessly without any intentions of wanting anything. And I promise you, and say your prayers and be thankful, because at the end of the day, we don't need no recognition from nobody. We can't take it with us. This plaque, I can't take the plaque with me. Well, and you know what I mean? I can't take nothing with me. So keep giving and let it be unconditional.
Yes.
And seek nothing but just what you want to get
Well,
joy out.
And this is what I wanna kind of bring up because I think it's time for me to get on the soapbox, if that's all right. I might get on Dom's soapbox.
I'll give you a
time.
few minutes because I want to hear this funny.
I want to hear the funny
Jared
story
talked
too,
about.
and I'll let you button it.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing. We're about to enter into an election year, right? And I'm not saying that for any kind of political reason. What I'm saying is things get particularly nasty.
Always.
People start getting angry at each other. People start saying nasty stuff. People start fighting and everything. And unfortunately, online seems to be the driving force, like on the internet, seems to be the driving force of making people freak out at one another.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of misinformation and there's a lot of nasty stuff, and it can be used. I mean, especially now with like artificial intelligence and things like that, putting out fake news or fake information, and people getting really sensationalized, like taking something and blowing it up really big and making a big deal about it. Taylor Swift. And the thing is that social media has the potential to really tear us apart. Especially, I mean, there are people even talking about things as insane as a civil war. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. What this Christmas showed me and what this whole thing showed me is that this is what happens when you leverage social media and leverage that energy and leverage that urge to make the world better and leverage that urge to do something and get yourself heard and get yourself active and actually do it in a way that makes the community better.
It's amazing.
I found out how we could leverage social media. I mean, even just at the Chispa party, when we said we got all these gifts for the community, and there was a line around the block of people trying to come in. That's the power of when we work together versus when we try to tear each other apart. So please, I'm pleading with you. Let's use our energy to bring ourselves together and make the world a better place rather than tear each other apart and be terrible to each other, because we have the power for both. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It's amazing. It's amazing what you can, because you're right. It's all social media. If you go out and talk to your neighbors, black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, whoever they are.
He just described the demographic of this podcast.
I did. If you go out and just talk to your neighbors, or let's break it down to what's the real, Democrat or Republican.
Right.
Just go talk to your neighbors. I guarantee you, like, you'll find out more about it. It'll save you some stress.
It's the truth.
Exactly. And the thing is at the end of the day, everybody's different. Everybody comes from different walks of life. Everybody's having different experiences. Everybody has a different point of view, and that's fine.
Everybody has reasons, and that's so. I have a mentor, and he told me, everybody has reasons.
Yes.
Right, like, even breaking it down to politics, like, why did you vote for this person? Why are you Republican? Why are you Democrat?
Right.
Everybody has a reason why. And even if it's something that's not beneficial to you, if you go ask someone like, hey, why did you vote for this person? Or why are you Democrat? And let them break it down, you'll be like, that makes perfect sense. I may not agree, but I can see why you would, know. And I think we've gotten so taboo with politics that we don't just go talk to. Let me
get real for a sec. I mean, real. Let me get real. Okay, for real. Here's the thing. Like, so for those that don't know, what I do when I'm not doing this or doing comedy is I teach about what's called cognitive behavioral therapy, which is how your brain works, right? And I teach that to help, businesses and people in stress and things like that. Here's the reason. It's kind of interesting.
Right.
You ever wonder why the two places that you say the nastiest stuff that comes to your mind is on social media message board and in your car? Road rage. Right? Like, you ever be driving and then like someone cuts you off and you're like, you mother with the son of a I'm gonna eat your jack with it. Okay.
Whoa.
Right. You ever have that? Okay.
Don't cut off down. Jesus.
But the thing is that you'd never do that in person.
Right.
You'd never walk up to somebody and be like, you shut up. You don't do it. And it's the same thing online. The reason is when we're face to face with somebody, I can see your face, so I can read your emotion. If I say something that's gonna either one, hurt you, or two, get me punched in the face,
Yep.
I'm not gonna say it because I visually can see. Like communication is 93% nonverbal, as in with your body language, with your tone. I can see if I'm affecting you negatively.
Right.
And then that could have negative consequences to me. It's where empathy comes from. It's from being in person.
Yeah.
But when you're in your car, you don't see the person. You just see a car. So you're able to say all this stuff without any empathy at all, right? And then when you're online, it's the same thing. I don't have to see your face. I don't have to be one-on-one with you.
Right.
So I can let out whatever vitriol's in my heart because I don't have to see how it physically affects
And
you,
then just
right?
walk away. Yep.
Exactly. And then you can walk away. Now, on top of that, we can block anyone who doesn't agree with us or think the way we think. And the algorithm only gives us stuff we look for. So we've created this little bubble world
echo
online.
chamber.
Yes. To where when we go out in the real world and see, oh my gosh, people have other points of
No,
view.
that's
People
accurate.
have other
It's accurate.
opinions.
Gotta give
We
it.
can't even have it in. We're like, no, that's not the world I've created for myself. And
That's so true,
it
bro.
does not do
That
good
is
for
so
community.
true.
So here's my point. What I teach, I do this wonderful exercise I learned. It's the best exercise ever. It's called discussion, argument, fight. And here's what it is, just breaking it down for everybody. All three of those things start with conflict.
Right.
It starts with two people who disagree,
Right.
two people with a difference of perspective, a different point of view. Now, the goal of a fight is to destroy each other, right? The goal of
Big
a
facts.
fight is to go, oh, you think differently than me? Well, I don't want you to die, and I don't want you to.
Right.
And that is war. That is what we're seeing in the Middle East. That is what we're seeing in Ukraine. That is what we're threatening about doing to each other over, like, honestly, like, think about your kids. Think about listening to them play. Think about the wonderful things in our community and the wonderful things we get to do. You really want to tear that up over those two buffoons?
Right.
Like those
Right.
two are the
Big
ones you want to
facts.
ruin
Right,
everything for?
absolutely.
Anyway. But going back, so that's a fight. An argument is when you have a difference of opinion and you talk to each other with the hopes of winning.
Right.
As in,
Somebody's trying to win.
I'm gonna beat you. I'm right. You're wrong. Let me show you how.
Right.
Now that's kind of where we start.
That's where most women stop.
Don't even come in with it. I'm already right. But now, the big thing that we've forgotten how to do or never been taught to do is what's called a discussion.
Have a discussion.
And what that is where I have one point of view, you have another point of view, and we're going to talk to each other. But my goal is to learn
And I'm gonna listen.
and listen. And the goal is I don't have to take on your point of view.
Right.
I don't have to then believe what you believe. I don't have to do that. But what I'm doing is I'm just learning why you think the way you think, why you're passionate about it, and then I can tell you that the why I think what I think.
Right.
And then we can go on learning something about one another.
Exactly.
Rather than tearing each other apart. Now, here's the last thing, I promise. and then I want to hear your story and we can move on to fun
That's
shit.
all love. Like, get
The
it out.
thing is that war is destruction.
100%.
And the opposite of destruction is creation and coming together. And what we did over Christmas was we created something. We filled a void. The community came together and we helped each other. And when you take that same passion you have in your heart that could lead you to go crazy and use that passion to actually help each other, then just as the old adage goes, united we stand,
There you go.
divided we fall.
Easy.
And honestly, man, to that, all I could say is thank you. Seriously, I couldn't have done it without you, and it was a pleasure. And I'll continue the effort with everyone who wants to keep going. So thank you guys. It was a pleasure to even move forward and want it to get done.
Absolutely.
Now, will you please
Now,
will you please hit us with this funny
well,
story?
and it was mostly Dom's anyway, but no. So I pull into town after all of this is over. I'm going to the mall to pick up a last minute gift that I'd order for the wife. And I run into Dom in the parking lot. You know, we're talking about the events with the cheese pie and, you know, the Christmas and the giving and things like that. And I'm like, did you read some of the comments? And Dom was like, my favorite one was this conspiracy theory. And it was, and I'm not, it's not, honestly, it's not, it doesn't hurt our feelings. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
No.
It was just so fucking hilarious and wild. Explain this conspiracy theory.
Okay. This is how you know you made it.
This is how you know.
Is when they're making conspiracy theories about you. because
That's never happened.
oh my gosh, it was so
Oh.
funny because during this whole thing, which we've now described to you,
Oh boy.
during this whole thing, so here's the thing is that okay, wait. We get in there
Yeah.
and we say we got all these toys, like $9,000 worth of toys we got to give away. Then we give it away, and then someone comes in and all toys are gone, right? So then it's like, okay, I guess they ran out. And then we go and we say, hey, we got all this stuff, we just donated, and then comes in by the end of the day, it's gone. Someone comes in and goes, there's nothing here.
There's nothing.
Right? There's nothing. And then this keeps happening, and I see somebody post online, and they keep talking about toys and all the stuff they have, and every time I go in, there's nothing. I think this is all a big publicity stunt to get people into the barber shop. And they were like, they keep saying, where is it? Do they just keep getting these toys and hoarding them for themselves and just getting people into the barbershop? Because I don't see any toys. And it was so I read that and I was just like, we did it, you guys. We did it. There's an official conspiracy theory about this.
I guess this is it, man. Like if you're watching, and I hope you are, if you were a part of the special week and leading to Christmas, leave some comments after this show to just prove that it wasn't a hoax, it wasn't a conspiracy, it wasn't a way to get you to come in and get cuts, because you constantly got to turn people away because you're always booked. I got a great staff of barbers that are always usually booked.
All paid actors. They're all paid actors.
They're all paid.
He's not even a barber. He's not even.
He's not. Yeah.
I'm not even here right now.
He's not even a person.
I'm not even here.
It's AI. Angel's AI generator. That's what the A is for.
So, but shout out to that comment too, because I think all of those efforts, all the comments, everything makes it what it is and what it ain't, right? But no, seriously, thank you to this wonderful community. I'm glad that for whatever reason I was brought here. Thanks to God for all the opportunities of landing me here. Leaving an impression in this town through the barbershop, through music, through liking to be a part of the community, constantly wanting to do great things, finding the greatest leaders in our community that want to apply the pressure of doing great things and continue to do great things. You know what I mean? So the only thing I could keep on saying is show up, show out, and go get some.
This community is great. Man, this community, it's a great, every time I come into this barbershop, a haircut, whatever it is, Angel say, man, guess what just happened? It never fails. It never fails. This community is great. And that was one of the reasons, like when we were after I got out the military, I was like, well, where we're gonna move. I was like, we could move to Texas, but I hate my family. We could move to California.
Hopefully none of them are watching.
Could move to California, but it's too expensive.
This place is great, man.
But this place is great. The community is great. And it's so funny. I talk to a lot of my students. It's like, man, I can't wait to get out of YM because of this and this and this. Or I can't wait to leave because of this and this and this and that. And I always tell them, go see the world. Right. Go enjoy the world. But I'm going to tell you right now, one thing you're going to learn, you're going to leave and you're going to be like, Cheyenne wasn't that bad. Maybe it's because, I get it. You go to high school here or you grew up here. You got negative, thoughts because of the kids people you grew up with. But man, this community, you're not going to find a lot of communities like this.
Absolutely. And it's funny too, because it's just like we were talking about, listen, I you don't know this because I'm like always like, like they're like Dom's like if cocaine had a face.
Absolutely.
Anyway, it's ridiculous. But the thing is that there are times that I do get down, like I do get depressed, I do get bummed out by a lot of stuff. And the thing is I can tend to feel helpless. I can feel like, man, there's just so much bad and not enough good. But I hope that what this does is it shows you that when you get up, when you get active, and when you start trying to be the change you want in the world, that really, really exciting things happen. And then things happen that are bigger than you can imagine.
Boy, this year is going to be great. I'm just letting y'all know right now. This is going to be, politics aside, we know it's political year. We're going to be here. We're going to be here to hopefully even it all out.
That's right.
I'm telling you right now. I mean, listen, man, it's coming. It's coming over and over and over again.
All right.
I mean, pause, Jerry. You're right. But listen,
I just want to point out that didn't come from my mouth this time.
Listen, we're not going to stop, because this is what we do, man. And the fact that now we're given an opportunity even on a higher level, like obviously, it's not a game no more. It never was.
We ready.
Now we just actually not on the bench no more. We starting.
That's right.
So for me, I always like doing this because we haven't been here since last year.
Yeah.
But I'm
Since last year,
also
that's true.
since last year.
It's true.
I was like, wait a minute.
That's true.
Always remember, shout out to my youth, all the youth in the community. We always here for you. The line is here.
Yep.
Our community's
Yep.
strong. You know where to find us. There's so many great leaders that help out through We Got Your Back, WyOriginal, the Presidential Barbershop, Dominic Syracuse personally, Jared, running with dance and stuff. There's avenues of where you can contact us, find us if you need help. Or you just hit us on the comments of the line. Like, youth, we are always here for you. There's opportunities. You need some mentorship or something's going on. Also for the parents of the youth, if there are struggles or some concerns, you want some help or you want to talk offline.
Yep.
Just know we always here. And I want to always make this part of the show accessible because it's nice to know that the youth aren't dying or dumb decisions are being made. I know stuff's going on in the community. We can't detail every little part of what we don't know.
Yeah.
But if you help us understand, we can be available. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So I just want to make sure that, that's a dedication to the show at all times, every time. So we always here for the youth and we always hear how you are concerned about some things and how you would like to be heard or some things you want to be said.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So make that available. And
no, as I say, and again, remember, I know, and we talk about. Don't think we're not oblivious. We talk about this. We haven't done a lot of shows. We're gonna try to do a lot more.
Yeah.
Don't try.
We don't try. He's God damn it. He's right. We're gonna do.
We do.
Right.
So our goal is 28 for this year. We're gonna double. Yeah. We're gonna double what we did last year. Our goal is 28. So
check this out. If the goal is 28, who knows? We might make 48.
Let's do 40.
The goal is to be more consistent than yesterday.
That's
and
right.
the fact that the effort is way, way out of control now.
That's right.
We want to be in more control of understanding how to deal with it.
Absolutely.
That's right.
So I do have an announcement to make though. This is an announcement through Chispa.
Right.
I want to help them out real quick. Lisa Gallegos, a member of Chispa, is recognized Josh Pino in our community who had a stroke.
Oh,
and it's been pretty hard on the family. Things have been going on, to do some raising of funds to help this family out. So I want to encourage everybody to help Chispa and Josh Pino out to with this fundraiser. It'll be February 10th from 3 to 5. It's a PM dinner, 6 to 10 PM dance, drinks, food, raffle, photography, and family fun.
Love it.
I encourage everybody to go out there, help, make this available to people need help right now.
Yeah.
And this is actually like a more of a concerning help. Like people who actually need some help right now. Like there was like a tragedy going on.
What day is it?
So this is February 10th.
February 10th. All right.
So February 10th, hold on, let me get all the correct details.
There you go.
February 10th, 3 to 5 is the PM dinner.
Yes.
6 to 10 is the PM dance.
Yes.
This will be at the American Legion Post 6.
Right. Great.
So please go help out Lisa Gallegos. This is one of her brothers in the community.
Yes.
She represents Chispa. Chispa is doing an amazing effort to help her inside of being a member, to help a friend out and want the community to come out and help someone
100%.
who has been affected.
100%.
So let's give some awareness
absolutely.
To that.
We also got Camilla Shelter's Taco and Tequila presented by Miranda Concrete. That will be on February 24th at the Beast Foundation.
February 24th.
Yeah.
Tacos and Tequila. If you guys haven't gone to Tacos and Tequila, it's a blast. All right.
You got tacos.
You got tacos.
And you got tequila.
That's right.
I mean,
it's about that simple.
Yo, they got mock tequilas?
Sure. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Shout out to my little sober cast.
That's right. But no, it's a great thing. And for those who don't know, the Tacos and Tequila, you get tickets, you go, they got an amazing taco bar, they got nachos, they got all sorts of great stuff. You sit at the tables, there's music. It's a wonderful night.
First Amendment will be in the building.
First Amendment. That's right. We have been blessed to be hanging out with First Amendment.
Will be there. Yep.
First Amendment Sound. They're the ones who do sound. That is Mr. Chris Robarge. He
Shout
is an amazing sound guy. My opinion, he's the best sound guy in town.
Thank you to him. I'll give Jared a haircut. He pulls up. He said, "Hey,
I don't know it. I'm telling
you guys are gonna sit at my table."
Yes.
I'm like, "Man."
Now you gotta understand something about Chris Robarge, and I mean this. You gotta understand something about him. Now, Chris, he loves sound and he's an amazing sound guy. He's
Amazing.
passionate
Big
about
facts.
giving good sound, for big events. Now, back in the days where I was doing events for Dillinger's, he came in and was like, hey, I love sound. I'd love to help you out. So that's how we made a connection. Chris, and I'm calling you out, Chris Robarge. Chris has single-handedly saved events for me because, for instance, we did a fundraiser for a place called USI, the Unaccompanied Student Initiative, okay? And the thing was, with as much as the event cost, this is a place that raises money for homeless teenagers. Specifically, it's a home for homeless teenagers. The event was going to cost so much that we weren't able to really like make a significant amount of money,
Right.
For the charitable event. Like it just cost so much that even with the tickets raised and the fundraising we did, it was just going to break even. And thanks to Chris Robarge with his sound and John Pulse with the stage, they came in.
Love it.
And they saved us $10,000.
I love it.
We were able to give $10,000 to USI thanks to them. Also, then when I had an emergency, when we were doing the event with Ivan Moody at the Rock Stop, Chris came in last minute. He had a wedding that day. He showed up at 7 a.m, gave me all of his stuff, set up all the stuff, showed us how to use it, said, I trust you with it. And then he had to leave and go do a wedding. He saved that event. And so Chris is just an amazing dude, and he's an amazing sound guy, and he's amazing to work with. And now he was honored with a table at Tacos and Tequila. He's going to be doing the sound for Tacos and Tequila.
Thank you, sir.
And he came to us and was kind enough to say, I want you guys at my table. Now, that's amazing. And we're grateful and just excited, and life is good.
So we will be there February 24th at the Beast Foundation. This is their biggest fundraisers, filled with live and silent auctions, tacos, buffets, music, and tequila. So, hey. There you go.
Tequila. So it's going to be really, really, really good. We're going to be talking a little bit more about that before the next show. So anyway, that's it, guys. I mean,
wait, let's do picks for the Super Bowl. This is we're doing this right before.
We're going to end.
Hold on.
Let's do Super Bowl picks. Look, I don't want to talk about the Cowboys and the Giants if we're going to go there.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, don't do that to me. I just got out of the press stage.
I feel like, look, man, this has been an amazing show. Let's keep it amazing, man.
Yes.
Picks. You got the Swifties. You got the Niners.
Listen. All right, I'm gonna do this two ways. I think the Niners are gonna win, but I'm rooting for the Chiefs.
You know what I learned? So I always thought that your record gave you opportunity for home field advantage, as it does in the playoffs.
Right.
So the NFC, AFC, best record has home field advantage throughout. So that means San Fran should be home field for the Super Bowl, right?
Well,
it's by popular choice.
It's in a regional location, so wherever they pick.
So listen, I didn't realize. Well, we're reading this, and Chiefs are the home field advantage.
Well,
at the Super Bowl.
Well, so Chiefs are considered the home team, right? But it's in Vegas. Like no one's home.
But listen, then what was the purpose of having a perfect record in the sense of not no losses, but
it's Vegas.
Who had the better record?
Who's closer to Vegas though?
Okay, if we're gonna,
because
we gotta break out a ruler.
So it's gonna be more
closer in the distance. You know what I mean?
Kansas City.
This is the thing, though. This is what I think. So this is what I'm saying.
We made it a whole episode.
No, this is what I'm saying.
Without these two,
it comes down
fighting
to,
about. Go ahead.
Popular choice then.
Well, for who the home team considered the home team?
Because they were the home team last year too.
Okay, but that's like East and Central. East plays Central. They play at Story every year,
so who's
right?
The home team.
It's they alternate.
It takes 12 miles from Central to, and then it takes 8 miles.
They alternate. But what I'm saying is, even though Central and East are both
I'm
home,
not hating on
they're at Story.
I guess you know what it is. I guess I always thought that it was by record.
Yeah,
I found out it wasn't. So if you didn't know that,
fair enough.
Chiefs are the home field, and it doesn't matter if you had the better record or not. When it comes to Super Bowl, we'll figure it out.
Who's your pick, man?
You know what, man? My son loves the Chiefs because of Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, he's a home. Okay, he's a Mahomes fan.
And then
he's a Mahomie, as they say.
Every California team is her team. So now I'm in a battle in my house.
She's
my son and my wife. And man, it's just tough, bro. It's tough.
All I know
Jared,
is,
and I'm gonna
who's
just
your
keep it
pick?
real. And this is why I had to stay neutral, right?
okay.
Jared,
And this is
yeah.
a real fact.
Yeah.
This is a real fact.
Yeah.
I'm an NFC guy.
Yeah, same.
And you know, I had to look at my son and be like, you know, I like the Giants. He's on this side.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you on that side of the street.
Yeah.
So
So what about you? What about you, Jared?
I'm rooting Chiefs, you know. Which well actually if Maureen's rooting for the Niners, I had her cooking. She cooked an amazing meal for me and my wife. So
yeah, let her know because
hey, Maureen, listen. So you know how it goes. You have kids and then people bring you food. You know, it's amazing. I'm like, we should do this every year. But Maureen, and I've been in love with her wings for like years now. And man, she brought us wings. She brought us greens. She had a salad, man. I can't think of the square. What's the name of it?
Batalio.
Oh my gosh. Mac and cheese, man. She threw down. You know, and it's so funny. Angel always saying she's always concerned. Is it good? Let her know it's good. Woman. It is good. It is good. It was amazing.
Good.
I pretty much just put the pan of wings on my lap and I just sat in front of the TV like this for like an hour. No, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate everybody else that brought us food or dinner or gift cards or whatever it is. Thank you for your hospitality and your blessing. It was absolutely amazing. So
But he's going for the Chiefs though.
But damn, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't.
So Angel, your pick is
I'm gonna go NFC.
okay.
49ers.
The 49ers. Your pick is
I'm picking Chiefs.
okay. I am picking Taylor Swift,
Okay.
and here's why. I think Taylor Swift's going to win the Super Bowl. Let me explain why.
See you guys later.
No, let me explain.
He's going for Usher.
Here's the thing. This is my thing with Taylor Swift. So when it like first started, right? When Taylor Swift started coming to games, and like they had to start explaining the games to little girls because little girls were watching,
right?
And all this stuff. At first, I was like, man, that's ridiculous. Yeah, ridiculous. Yeah. And then I feel like people started hating on her like way too much to where they're just like, and it's like, yo, like the last game, they said that like it's a 3.5 hour game. They showed her for 25 seconds.
5 seconds.
And people were like,
their
you
mind.
good? Yeah. They're like ripping off their shirt. And so then I'm like, all right, y'all taking it a little too far. And now it's gotten so extreme. I'm not making this up, that you got half of these people freaking out as to like doing the math on how long it takes to get from Tokyo to Vegas,
right? Because she has
to make sure she can get there on time. And the other half, I'm not making this up, are accusing her of witchcraft and idolatry.
Here you go. That's how you know you made it.
Yeah, saying that all this stuff is like, and there's people saying this like it's scripted, and she's gonna come out on stage and like drink the blood of a baby on top of the. So here is, based on all that, here's what I hope happens. Okay, I hope that it's a tie game, 49ers and Chiefs. It's a tie game. All of a sudden, Travis Kelce falls, breaks his knee, and they're like, "Oh no, what's gonna happen?" Right? And all of a sudden, music starts playing. Taylor Swift comes out in Patrick Mahomes. I mean, in Travis Kelce's jersey. All right, she comes out there like this. They're playing that song about like you're on the phone with your girlfriend,
like a high school musical,
and she's sitting there going like this, and then she goes, "All right," and then they're fighting for it. They throw the ball, okay? Patrick Mahomes throws the ball. It goes out of Taylor Swift's hands. It gets into, remember the 49ers? He's running in. He almost gets to the Super Bowl line. Out of nowhere, Taylor Swift drop kicks him in the face. He fumbles it. She grabs it. She runs. She's almost not going to make it. The entire team puts them on Taylor Swift's shoulders. She runs in for a touchdown. They lift her in the air. And in front of everybody, she is announced Queen of the entire universe.
And to our next point, kids, don't do drugs. And this is why we don't do drugs.
That's that 12-year-old genius coming out. That's the 12-year-old genius coming out.
I hope that she becomes president.
Oh my God.
I hope Travis Kelce is the first gentleman of the United States.
Here we go.
Patrick Mahomes is the Secretary of Defense because he be shaking off those defenders. He be shaking them off.
This is all ad lib, by the way, guys. I want y'all to. You didn't write this down. This isn't like in a journal. It might be in a journal somewhere. I don't know.
That's my honest prediction.
I was not
That's my
expecting any.
That is my prediction of the Super Bowl with Taylor Swift. So, but I forgot to say the most important part.
Oh, okay,
It's got to start where they say that she can't make it from Tokyo.
And then
they make an announcement like she can't make
important.
it from Tokyo, and then at halftime she comes out in a Chiefs jersey.
I like it. She can't make it, then she
Win
comes at
the
halftime like Bobby Boucher on the Water Boy.
I'm
Y'all
gonna
remember
be
when
honest.
Bobby Boucher showed up at halftime in the
You remember that?
The Dogs won the Bourbon
You
Bowl?
remember the Bobby Boucher?
Remember that, do you?
I ain't gonna lie. That was probably one of the most entertaining answers that I've gotten from this year's Super Bowl pick.
You ain't gonna see that on ESPN.
You ain't gonna see that.
Not on ESPN.
Definitely not gonna see that. So Dom, that was very entertaining.
You're
by the
welcome.
way, bro.
You're
I
welcome.
must say, bro, like, wow.
We should make a picture book of that. I want to see
Also,
like
to entertain that, man, Travis Kelce's brother, he asked him to keep his shirt on this time, but getting his shirt off actually got him a Funko Pop deal. His Funko Pop's going to be available, I think, for like
That's
a week
great.
in February.
And
no
going
shirt?
back,
And
going
it's like
back.
$29.99, but
no
you can
shirt?
only get it in that week. It has
Yeah,
no
yeah,
shirt.
yeah.
I like
That's
that.
It has
amazing.
some
Dope.
Timberlands
Good.
on. He's on
Good.
some Timberlands.
Good.
He's got his hat.
And you know
He's
what?
got a beer in his hand
Let's
with
go
no
back-
shirt on.
Let's go back to my thing, like the Water Boy. As soon as Taylor Swift is being carried into the end zone, just like the Water Boy, it's gonna cut. But instead of the Cajun guy, it's gonna be Kelsey's brother with his shirt off,
Jason Kelce.
pulling on his nipples, going ah.
He went very far.
That's
with
what I
that.
want.
Can we sell this story?
I mean, it don't.
Beautiful.
What did we tell y'all? It's gonna keep coming and getting better and better and better.
It was a beautiful story. All right, y'all
Uh,
got anything else?
I do
Nah,
have
man.
one more thing,
Okay,
man.
go
And I
ahead,
know
go
I
ahead,
said
go
it
ahead.
a couple times, man. I just want to say thank you for the nomination and for picking me and giving me your vote to be Citizen of the Year. And honestly, I'm gonna keep doing the best efforts every year with the best people in our community,
That's
our
right.
great leaders. I'm not gonna stop. If you want to be encouraged by being encouraged, then let's get encouraged together. So I just really want to say thank you, man. Like I said, it really hasn't like really settled in, but just I have something coming up, and
Yep.
when I get back from vacation, I got a challenge that I'm giving to my whole community for being Citizen of the Year, and I have a challenge I'm going to give you. So I'm going to leave you with a little cliffhanger like Dom left you last time when he went on vacation. When I
More
get
to
back, I got some more for you on that. But I just really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, from me, my family, from my brothers, my workout group, HOP, the people I put in my life and chose to make better examples of myself and the people around me.
Yeah.
I'm really encouraged, and thank you so much for the honor and the opportunity.
And congratulations
Thank
to
you,
this
thank you,
man.
thank you, thank you,
Congratulations
thank
to the new life you brought into the world, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations, it's beautiful.
We appreciate it. I think is that it?
I think I don't know anything else we could do.
Well-
I think we just leave them waiting for the amazing year to come.
There you go. This has been another episode of the one, the only, the WyOriginal Podcast.
The voice for the state.
Peace. We should do this more often.
Every time, I we say this. That show was good. You know what it was? I felt like we talked a lot about things that had happened.
Right.
So I felt like, man, maybe they just dropped into themselves. But I think a lot of that had to be said because see how the show